Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chicago Reacts. My name is Kelsey. I am an actor and voice actor living in Chicago, and today I will be reacting to Silent Hill 4 Expleened by Storymode, which is actually Internet Historian. Yeah, I'm excited. I do love a good Silent Hill. And I love when the Internet Historian does like low-key things, like not as Internet Historian. It's very, very fun. He does a great job, like just going through and analyzing things and making them fun to watch. So I'm excited about this. And also, if you guys like this channel, we also have a Chicago Reacts movies and TV channel, which, as you might expect, is just Chicago Reacts people reacting to movies and TV. It's pretty fun. It's just like snippets of things, but if you want to see the full videos or full movies, like a Mystery Science Theater type of situation, those are on our Patreon. But if you're like, nah, I just want to see little snippets, those are going to be on Chicago Reacts movies and TV, so go check out that channel. All right, Silent Hill time.
One take, I'm busy. In fact, so busy I had to bring someone else in. Silent Hill 4.
Wait, start again, I wasn't ready.
In the town of South Ashfield, about half a day's drive from Silent Hill, lives a man called Harry
I love Silent Hill
Townshend.
4.
It says Henry on the wall.
Oh, called Henry Townshend. He lives in the South Ashfield Heights apartment, room number 302. And despite his...
Read it.
I don't want to read the commentary bit. And he is very content with his life despite his haircut. However, he's been having a recurring nightmare. Roll the footage. And also, he's been chained in his apartment from the inside, and he can't get out.
Oh, he's
Can't
quarantined.
get out.
Must be COVID.
The window won't budge, and no one can hear his knocks. And
I've always thought Silent Hill 4, just the window won't open, just shatter the window. You've got a lot of heavy furniture in there. Just shatter the window. But then we wouldn't have a game.
or screams, and his phone, TV, and radio have all stopped working.
Should probably pay those bills.
He seems to be in quite the pickle. Oh, okay, no, hold on. It says here, Henry is trapped for 5 days.
He's dead.
Okay, so he's got food? Does his plumbing work? On the 5th day, he discovers a mysterious
It's the
hole has opened up
hole.
in the
The
bathroom
classic
wall.
bathroom hole.
I didn't even put that together.
This is a PG game, right?
Henry grabs a steel pipe and enters the hole. The hole leads Henry to a subway platform. Oh, like in Silent Hill 3.
Wait, wasn't he on like the 3rd level of the apartment buildings?
Then Henry meets
fine.
Cynthia, who believes that this whole thing is just a dream.
Cynthia,
Get out of the way.
who is wearing so much jewelry.
See, your thing actually ends there.
Despite this, she asks Henry to help her get out of this wacky scenario by putting
Her fingers in his mouth. No, I sit first,
There
actually.
was no full stop after that one either, so this next one's mine as well.
This
If
is
he does
chaos.
so, Cynthia promises him a special fate. Oh my god, what is this game rated?
Henry and Cynthia explore
It's
the
not
subway
PG.
platform, but Cynthia soon feels ill. No, you do the lady.
Is that more
Right.
feminine?
Not really. She heads into the bathroom to deal with her womanly problems.
She's taken a massive dump.
While Henry waits for her,
Fair.
he's attacked by some dog-like creatures. Henry fights him off. Quick, we need fighting sound effects. Amazing. He then goes back to check on Cynthia. It's your turn to read now. I waited till he took a sip from his drink.
He goes into the bathroom to find Cynthia, but she isn't there. However, he does
Cynthia?
find another hole. Henry wakes back up in his apartment. It was a dream. He finds a pistol behind something, doesn't say what it says in the script, and a new peephole behind a chest of drawers. Man, this dude's just finding holes in everything.
He uses the
Yeah.
peephole to spy on Eileen, but then Henry is ripped away to answer the phone. It's... Cue the cards. Who is it?
Cynthia.
Come on down.
Da-da-da.
She's still down on the subway
Da-da-da.
platform. So she tells Henry to meet her by the turnstiles. Henry heads back through the hole in the bathroom wall and back into the subway platform. Henry evades more monsters and makes it to the turnstile. Ooh, look out.
Floaty
Ooh, can't
and
touch me.
creepy.
Haha.
I really love the floatiness of those monsters. I think it's really cool. The shambling thing is cool too if you're gonna have like a zombie-like monster, but like the floaty thing is less expected, and it feels almost like Japanese horror game. Well, I mean, Okay. But you know what I mean. It's very fun.
Downstairs, Henry finds Cynthia trapped inside a train car.
He hears Cynthia's voice
No,
crying for
not
help
a
over the
train.
station's loudspeaker. She tells Henry she's made it out of the car to meet her at the ticket barrier.
Henry heads to the ticket barrier, but it's too
no.
late.
Someone's gone and made a mess out of Cynthia.
Are you okay?
He's got that steel pole still. You'd absolutely poke it with the
Yeah,
pole, yeah.
just give it a bit of a mix.
Maybe you'd like just fill some of the steel pole with it, and then you blow on one end.
It's like a pool noodle spitting out water.
Henry notices that something has been carved into her chest. 161.
8008. Cynthia is bleeding to death. She tries to comfort herself in her dying moments by saying, "It's all a dream."
It was all a dream.
Henry holds her as she dies. He's not getting that special favor, is he?
Suddenly, Henry
No, he's
wakes
not.
up in his apartment again.
It was
oh
a
no!
dream,
And then he
maybe.
hears sirens going on outside. So he looks out the window and he sees an ambulance and a police car outside of the subway. And Cynthia,
Maybe it wasn't
she's
a
there
dream.
being carried out on a stretcher. Oh no! Henry notices that the hole in the bathroom wall has gotten bigger. He's bragging. He jumps into the hole yet again. This time, though,
There he
ends
is.
up in a forest.
This forest happens to be in the Silent Hill.
Fuck. Henry explores the forest and then
Damn.
quickly finds another hole.
He wakes back up in his
Holes the
apartment.
game.
Looking at his front door's
Where's
peephole,
Mr. Sir?
Henry sees his neighbors, Eileen and Richard, talking right outside the door. Henry bangs on the door, but his neighbors cannot hear him.
Henry is quick to jump back into the bath. Why is this funny? Henry is quick to jump back into the bathroom hole. Back in the forest, Henry explores some more. Oh, what's this? Oh, a twig. What mysteries? His path crosses
What
with
mysteries?
Jasper, a paranormal investigator, who is sitting at the base of a large rock. Jasper tells Henry about the history of the rock.
So this rock here, this bad boy,
That guy just speaks like Shaggy. This rock kind of gives you the chills.
it's used for ceremonies to talk with the dead. Apparently a cult has been using it more recently, referring to it as the Mother Stone. I point you in the direction of an abandoned orphanage, which was run by said cult.
Henry makes his way to the orphanage, named the Wish House. On his way there, Henry finds a frightened
a
child
tiny
in the graveyard.
child with a
Before
bowl
Henry can
cut.
ask what the boy is doing there, the kid runs off scared.
I have shown up. I am Jasper. Hello.
Thanks, Jasper. Henry gets to the Wish House. There, Jasper is complaining about being thirsty.
Oh, I'm so thirsty.
So Henry gives him some chocolate milk.
Oh,
You know,
God,
what everyone
yes.
craves when
That
they're
is not
thirsty.
a thirst quencher.
No.
Yeah.
Seems like it'd make it worse.
Saltines and cigarettes.
Yeah,
Henry
literally.
and Jasper finally head inside. The two split up to explore the house. But then, oh my
Great
god,
footage.
Jasper's on fire.
Oh no, not
He's
Jasper.
burning alive. Jasper screams.
Ah,
Perfect. He screams that he's finally met the devil.
pretty nice chap.
Henry notices that Jasper, like Cynthia, has numbers carved into his chest. 17121.
Henry awakens back in his apartment. The radio, or the TV, who knows, is reporting on the death of a burn victim in an orphanage in Silent
Oh,
Hill.
no.
Rest in peace, Jasper. May his heaven be filled with
So much
milk.
chocolate milk. That's sweet
The
chocolatey
news
milk.
reports mentions the numbers carved into Jasper's chest, linking it to a Walter Sullivan case from 10 years prior.
What a mystery! There's a knock at Henry's front door. It's the superintendent, Frank Sunderland.
Henry tries to yell out to Frank, but to no avail. Frank's master key doesn't even work. Despite thinking he heard something, Frank ditches his attempt to gain access to apartment 302.
Later on,
Trapped.
Henry is just watching Eileen, and that
Just
gets
'cause.
boring, so he decides to once again plunge into a hole in the bathroom. He wakes up in a circular corridor.
How can a corridor be circular?
He's in a water prison
It just
located
is.
in the
Don't
middle
worry
of
about it.
Toluca Lake. Remember Toluca Lake? Henry immediately hears cries for
Remember?
help. Ah, my legs are wet.
But my cuffs are bone dry.
So he goes out trying to find the source of the pleas for help, but instead, he finds clues about the prison's history. Clue number 1, children from the Wish House were sent to the prison when they were misbehaving. Number 2, children were under constant surveillance. Number 3, this place drove many of the children crazy. Number 4, one diary entry alludes to a murder room behind the prison's kitchen.
Number 5, yikes. That's what it says
It's
there
a
in the
Sweeney
script I'm
Todd
just reading.
situation.
Henry finds prison guard Andrew DeSalvo, who's been and calling for help. Andrew screams.
Help.
Thank you, Andrew. Andrew screams about Walter coming to kill him. Andrew begs Henry to help him escape.
You gotta help me.
When Henry is finally able to free Andrew, he finds him talking with the little boy from the forest graveyard. Andrew is begging with the boy, who doesn't answer, and then books it. Andrew tells Henry the boy's name is Walter Sullivan. That was the name from the thing before, remember? According to Andrew, Walter was a really creepy kid from the orphanage who loved to read books about wizards and witchcraft and...
What, the Harry Potter series?
Yeah, well...
Then Henry finds another hole, leading him back to his apartment. There's a scrap of red.
I love the old trope of just like, something creepy? Put runes on it. Half the holes in this game just have like runes around them.
Red paper that's been shoved under his front door. It's from someone's diary. The entry tells the writers
investigation into a mass murder that took place 7 years prior. Hey, did you know it took place 7 years prior?
Whoa!
Yeah, right? 10 people were killed in 10 days, all with numbers carved into their chests, in the same pattern that Cynthia and Jasper had carved into them. Zero, I'm not reading all those numbers. Conveniently, the killer also carved their name into these 10 victims as well. Walter Sullivan.
Henry heads back to the bathroom hole and back to the water prison, then finds Andrew DeSilvo's dead body with a number carved in it.
No.
Henry wakes up back in his apartment. He heads into the bathroom to find the bathtub covered in blood.
Free blood.
Nice. Henry has a conversation between Eileen and Frank outside of his apartment's front door. Frank tells Eileen that this isn't the first time something strange has happened in my apartment.
It's not his apartment. Frank's the superintendent, dude. Come on, keep up.
The man who lived there before Henry, whose name is Joseph, was apparently also holed up in his room for an extended period of time, just before he vanished.
Whoa.
Frank tells Eileen that there's something wrong with this whole building. And
yeah, it might be might be evidenced by the bloody handprints on the walls.
you gotta get out of here immediately.
Once again, Henry ventures through the hole and this time wakes up in a dank alleyway with surprisingly good lighting.
And I guess they ran out of different ways to introduce characters because someone just falls
from the sky.
It's one of Henry's neighbors, Richard Braintree, who, despite falling about 5 stories, gets up just fine.
Dusts himself off. Richard recognizes Henry and is quick to surmise that something isn't quite right. Big Braintree. They both live in the same building, so there must be something wrong with the entire South Ashfield Heights apartment building. All the mystery thickens.
No.
Richard guesses that the same thing must have happened to Joseph, the journalist who lived in 302 before Henry.
Henry and Richard split up, both trying to find different ways out of the freaky world. Henry fights off more monsters before coming across Richard brandishing his gun at a young child. Richard recognizes the child, Walter, as he once caught him sneaking around.
Oh, look at his tie.
He demands that he tell me what's going on. What do you know? How you get in my apartment all the time? What is this place?
Who are you? Who am I?
When's dinner?
This proves to be a bad choice on Richard's part, as Henry later comes across him strapped to an electric chair. Henry is unable to save him. On Richard's forehead is the numbers 1, 2, 1... That's not the right numbers.
19121. Richard claims that the child is not a child.
No kid.
He's just
He's
very
Walter
short,
Sullivan.
And he's actually a man.
And what a man. Henry wakes up back in his apartment once again. Looking out the window, he sees a strange man across the street just pointing to Eileen's apartment, 303. In his lounge room, for whatever reason, Henry can just hear police radios. The police are talking about the death of Richard.
Breaker. This is the police. I saw Richard dead. We need to put out an APB for a copycat serial killer on our hand. Henry checks on Eileen through the peephole, looking good. It looks like she's getting ready for a party of some kind. Henry goes to the bathroom.
Good for her.
Wow,
Love
look at this.
that.
The hole is bigger. He's very
bigger and rounder, and there's
Maybe
rooms.
he's just getting smaller.
Henry shimmies his way into the hole and then
I like
walks
that
up to
theory.
some kind of darker dimension of his own
there's blood and
apartment
flesh
building.
everywhere.
Henry sees a long-haired man knocking on Eileen's door before walking away.
Goodbye.
He goes after this man and finds him sitting on the stairs. Oh, what's wrong, bud? Have a rough day? He's holding a doll, saying it was given to him a long, long time ago. He offers it to Henry.
Cool.
Henry does not accept the toy. No, thank you. I have a doll at home.
Henry finds another hole and it leads him back to his real apartment. It's just the system of transport they have in this city. Here he finds another one of Joseph's diary entries slipped under the door. Look, Lucky for us, Joseph is essentially journaling all of the game's exposition. He cracks the code for the numbers carved into the victims. It turns out that the 1 is not actually a 1, but a /, meaning victims were being numbered out of 21. Oh, that's not a bad twist.
That's stupid.
Whoa.
Walter was planning on killing 21
Or it takes place in 2021.
people, but never finished the job because he was eventually found to have killed himself. It's like the movie 7, except it's 21.
Gosh.
It's 3
Yeah.
times the size of the movie 7.
Henry takes a look out of his door's peephole.
Just
to
3
see the
DVDs
same
of 7
long-haired man
smushed
staring
together.
back at him.
Henry
Oh, no.
swan dives right back through
Not
the hole and back
Sephiroth.
into the otherworld dimension of his apartment building. Ooh. Here he comes across a journal entry from Frank Sunderland.
Who?
He's the superintendent dude. Where we're able to get more insight into why he keeps a
The
loose
umbilical cord.
lying around, just dangling.
Why
No,
would you
we can't
keep
skip over that.
that?
No, he's already said it before. He has it in his apartment. It's like in a jar. It's his pet.
Oh.
I
30
hate that.
years ago, a young couple who lived in the building left in the dead of night. Their newborn child was left alone in the apartment.
With its umbilical,
With its umbilical
Right.
cord.
Nice. Frank called the authorities straight away and never knew what happened to the child beyond its survival. Frank goes on to write that he often sees a young kid hanging around the apartment number 302.
He hung himself with the umbilical cord.
Ugh.
Oh,
How long is
I-
an umbilical cord?
I'd assume it was only like 1.5 feet long.
Like, you know, have one of
Foot
those
and a
balls
half.
and like a string that you can throw.
Okay, gross. I don't have any reference point for how long an umbilical cord should be, but 1.5 feet seems long. That's like, what's that baby gonna do? Repel out of its
And
mother?
then it comes back to you.
Yeah.
That's what the umbilical cord's for, right?
Henry flails about in the gross apartment. Then he finds keys for
You know.
Eileen apartment.
As I do in my
Looks
gross
like
apartment.
It's too late. Eileen is barely
Oh,
alive, and she's
no.
covered in blood.
Come
and
on,
she's lying
Eileen.
at the feet of the child, Walter. She has 20/21 carved into her back. He
Who
asks
could the last
child
person
Walter
be?
if he ever found his mother, but he doesn't respond. Eileen tells Walter to get out of here. It's too dangerous.
Didn't he just stab her?
It's not too dangerous for a man, Henry thinks to himself just before he wakes up back in his bed. He goes to check out the hole in the bathroom, but it's been blocked.
Oh
Hate when the holes are
no.
blocked. Looking out the window, he sees
Yeah,
an
it's a
ambulance
bad
leave
time.
the parking lot. Eileen is in there. Henry looks through the trusty
Eileen
peephole
is
into
in
Eileen's
there.
room. He hears some detectives talking.
Do you
That
think
rabbit's
that
the
the
worst.
recent victims were killed by ghosts or something?
That's stupid, you fucking moron. Henry notices
That's
that
the
the other dimension
conversation.
is starting to affect his apartment. Various
Oh,
parts of his
no.
apartment have become haunted by ghosts and
Ah.
ghouls.
Henry improves the situation with some candles, some decent mood lighting.
Lavender.
Using the talisman he collected
Some
during
oils.
his adventures, Henry constructs another hole portal in his... He puts a hole in the fucking wall.
Good luck getting your deposit back on that.
And
Yeah,
Henry
no.
leaps into it, and
Not
he wakes
getting that
up
back.
in a hospital. Once again, he sees a long-haired man. This time, he's busy. Doing what exactly? He's removing her organs. Oh my god. Henry
Oh,
does the
no.
brave thing and gets out of there.
In the hospital, Henry finds a bunch of monsters. Some ghostly moving wheelchairs, some dead bodies, Eileen's bag, some x-rays, Eileen, more monsters. Wait a second, that was Eileen. And she's freaking the fuck out. And
Don't
rightly
blame
so.
her.
Henry says he can get them out of
I
this.
can get you out of here.
Thank you, Henry. Take me to your hole. But it turns out
Take
that
me
Eileen
to your
cannot
hole.
see this hole, so she can't go deep into Henry's hole with him.
Henry returns to his apartment. Here he finds that someone has slipped an envelope under the door. The letter within says, "Dear Henry, if you wish for this all to be over, you must discover the ultimate truth. You must go deeper." There's also a small key in there to help. Henry and Eileen
Maybe
leave
this
the hospital and
small
find
key
themselves
will
at the
guide
top
you.
of the spiral staircase. On their way downstairs, Henry and Eileen visit a bunch of places that they've visited before.
In the subway station, Henry and Eileen fight a ghost version of Cynthia. In the forest, they face a ghost version of Jasper, who is
Nice.
constantly on fire. Ah, my name's Jasper. Put me out with some chalky milk. In the water prison, Henry must
That's how you
impale
put him out.
Andrew with
You
a
just pour
sword,
chocolate
and
milk
in the
on him.
fourth otherworld, Henry must defeat the ghost version of Richard. Finally, at the bottom of the spiral staircase, they find an entrance to apartment 302. Inside, things don't seem quite right. For one, it's all grayscale, and there's a bald man descending from the ceiling.
I hate when I get home after a long day and my apartment's all grayscale. Like, you just know you're not gonna have a good night's sleep.
It's Joseph. and he's here to drop some exposition.
Number one, that long-haired guy. Yes, that's Walter Sullivan. What a twist. Who's Walter Sullivan?
He's the bad dude who's killing people.
Oh, okay. This one sucks.
Let's just cut this out and go straight to 5.
There have been 2 Walters running around, the child version and the older version. Number 2. 34 years before the events of this game, Walter was born and abandoned by his parents. Frank found baby Walter and kept his umbilical cord, for some reason, while Walter got shipped off to the wish
So
house.
gross.
There must be a place where you can try an umbilical cord.
What do you mean by try? Like
So,
a nerd rope or something?
Yeah, but like dried up. Animals eat theirs.
Yeah, got nothing better to do.
Number 3.
They don't eat the umbilical cords, they eat the placentas. And I don't know. Listen, I'm sure you can find like powdered placenta somewhere if you look hard enough, but I'm surely not gonna do it.
That the cult running the orphanage introduced Walter to witchcraft and a bunch of magic stuff. Walter became obsessed with the ritual called the 21 Sacraments, as he believed it would bring back his mum. Number 4. The 21 Sacraments required the death of 21 people, but Walter was caught and arrested by his 10th murder. Number 5. Joseph tells him that Walter intends on finishing what he started, and that Eileen and Henry are intended to be victim number 20 and 21. Oh, fuck. They must kill Walter before he kills them. Henry heads into the hole in the bathroom wall, leaving Eileen there. Good luck. Back in his apartment, he makes a shocking
have fun,
discovery.
Eileen.
Even more shocking than the previous discoveries. There's a secret room in his apartment, and there's Walter Sullivan's crucified corpse. It looks like Walter sacrificed himself to be 11 of 21. That's a passing grade.
Good job, Walter.
It looks like Eileen and Henry have to kill a ghost before the ghost kills them. And how do you kill a ghost? That's right, the Crimson Tome.
That's what I was going to say. Why didn't you let me say
You know,
it?
the classic
full name
Crimson
is the Deus
Tome.
Ex Machina Crimson Tome. But anyway,
Yeah.
Step 1, find part of the original body of the ghost.
Step 2.
Umbilical
Let
cord.
the ghost's conjure form with exactly 8 spears.
And number 3,
Bake at 180 degrees for 40 minutes.
Henry finds some keys in Walter's coat. He's finally able to unlock the front door. Finally, imagine the smell in there.
Oh, I like the fact
So
that
gross.
there's this dead dude in his apartment and he's just been
It's-
like, fuck, I bet it's Eileen.
But oh no, everything in the outside world has transformed. But at least Eileen is there. At least I have you, Eileen. They traverse through the building to find Frank's apartment. In there, it's
two-head
Walter's
baby
umbilical
monster.
cord. How's it go? And as soon as he touches it, Henry experiences the memory of Walter.
Hey, didn't he lose the umbilical cord when he was a baby? How would he have a memory of Walter being an adult? Did he just-
Exposition
Maybe-
device.
Yeah, literally.
Henry falls onto the floor in pain.
It's a good point.
My belly button hurt. Eileen has no time for this. I'm off.
Oh no, my
Henry heads back to
nutrient
his apartment
tube
to
that I
find
don't need
Walter's
anymore.
corpse is gone, and left in its place is a black abyss. Henry decides, I know what to do, and he jumps into the black goo. Down in the abyss, Henry finds a large room with spinning spiky things in the middle of a pool of blood.
Oh, look, it's Eileen.
Oh, look out, she's possessed.
She's back.
She's walking straight towards her death.
Will Henry be able to save her in time?
Find out in Silent Hill 5.
The closet.
Henry's coming out of the closet.
But also, the conjurer is there, and conveniently there are
Such
8
a cool
spears
design.
impaled around the room. Henry presents the umbilical cord to the this is what you want, right? And now all he needs...
I do love this like end like boss, I guess, room. It just looks so cool. I would love to see someone like remaster just this last area because it's so cool looking. It's such a cool design idea.
is those spears. But oh shit.
It's
Walter!
Walter.
It's so weird.
Oh,
It's like a high school
no.
presentation. Let's just do that at the same time. Walter makes it hard for Henry to get
Hold
all...
on, palm cards are in the wrong order.
I'll stop. You can catch up. Walter tries to stop Henry from stabbing all those spears into the conjurer, but Henry succeeds, and Walter loses
no,
his
8
immortality,
spears.
allowing Henry to kill him properly forever.
Come here, kid. I'm gonna curb stomp your teeth in.
Dying, Walter reaches towards the sky and calls out for his mum. Eileen is freed from her
Mama.
position. Oh, Henry, I've woken up. And she and Henry escape out of the room as it begins to crumble.
We see child Walter knock on room 302's door, calling out to his mother. He falls to his knees before fading away.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
The next day, Henry
It is
visits
pretty
Eileen in
sad.
the hospital. It's a normal hospital this time. He gives Eileen a bouquet. I've been watching you, and I like you a lot. I Eileen.
Hey Henry, why you got this hole looking directly into my apartment?
Yeah,
For
let's
safety,
let's chat about
security,
that.
The two small.
They said let's shelve that. Let's table it, and then we'll talk about it once we're out of this like haunted like serial killer demon land. But now they're talking about it.
And it looks like Henry might get a special favor after all.
Oh,
He's gonna get in her hole.
The end.
Very fun. Very, very fun. I unpopularly do like Silent Hill 4. I think it's like it's dumb, but like a lot of the visuals are really cool, you know? And like the idea of the holes is like, okay, yeah. Oh, there's another hole. Okay, cool. There's more holes into new places. But anytime to this day when I see like a creepy like hole in a video game or a movie, I'm like, oh, Silent Hill. So clearly they did something right, even though it is kind of goofy at the same time. Well, that was fun. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you liked this video, go ahead and like it and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.